What's up, everybody? Rob Schaller here with Schaller Business Solutions. And I wanted to create a quick tip video for you guys to go and save you a bunch of time in regards to a calendar system. Um, Many of you don't realize that your local school districts or sports teams or scouts will go and offer what's called an RSS feed or a subscription to a calendar. And it's ideal to be able to go and do because when you subscribe to it, any changes or updates that are made, whoever's leading that calendar, when they make those changes, it will automatically update on yours. And you could subscribe to it, get it on your cell phone or your tablet, mobile device, whatever. It is important to note that if you're using an Android device for what it is I'm about to go and show you, um, you're not going to want to use a mobile device. You're going to need a desktop or a laptop to go and do so. If you're using an Apple iPhone or any type of Apple mobile device, it's going to be a slightly different, but the concept is the same. I will give some type of written out instruction to go along with this video, so that way you can look down in the description. But for whatever reason, the mobile apps for Android don't want to let you go and create a new calendar. I'll get into a little bit more detail in a short minute here, but what I do want to just show you right away is that if you were to take a look at this little icon here, and I know many of you still don't know what this is, but that is considered an RSS feed or just simply a feed. That is where you're going to go and you're going to subscribe to a calendar. Now, not all school districts or sports teams or scouts necessarily offer such a function. I am going to show you an additional way at the end of this tutorial video to utilize AI if you have a paper printout or even a file that they might have given you. Um, Either one of those is going to allow you to be able to go and create an iCal format and to be able to sync it with your own actual calendar. I'll get to that again towards the end of the video, but for now, I just want to go and show you here. So if you follow my screen and you click on this link here, it's going to give you a number of options for this particular school district. Now, I had a little bit of trouble clicking on the add to calendar function here, but typically what would happen is you would go and you would click that and it would go and give you an option to add to whatever calendar that you want in your Google Calendar format or Apple Calendar format. Um, so for this particular case, what we're going to go and do is we're going to click copy link, and it just states link copied. It doesn't go and do much more than that. Then we're going to close up this and come over to your Google Calendars. Now, what you're looking at here is a fake calendar. This is not mine. I had AI generate it for me, so that way I made it look like I was super busy. I am super busy, but at the same time, you don't need to know everything that I'm actually going and doing. And I don't want to mess anything up necessarily on my wife either. But don't be afraid of that. I'm going to show you the right way here, and just take a look. So just follow me for a bit. First of all, you got to log into your Google account. Once you're into your Google account, then you have to come over here to the 9 dots and click on calendar, and it's going to bring you to this screen. Once you're in this screen, there are some settings here. I have it in the monthly view mode. You can also choose weekly or daily and everything, and you would typically go and change that up here. So again, I'm under the month, and this is where that's at. We had already selected to copy the URL. Now, if you come over here to the left side of the screen, you're going to see a section called My Calendars. And you might have some birthdays set up in your phone and tasks and whatnot. But if you haven't gone and set up a digital calendar yet, then there's not going to be a whole lot that's there. Unless somebody maybe shot you an email and something has synced in Google by accident or something along those lines. But where you're going to want to go to is the section where Other Calendars is, and click this plus sign. And you have a couple options here: subscribe to calendar, create new calendar, browse calendars of interest, from a URL, or import. Now, the two that we're going to focus on here is from URL and import. From URL is the one that we are going to attack first. When you click on from URL, you're going to take and right mouse click in this section, paste, and then you're going to add it to your calendar. Now, calendar has been created, fetching events in the background, and we're just going to wait a moment here for it to go through, and I'm going to get out of settings. Let's see here. It needs permission to display notifications through your browser. Ask me later for the time being. Okay. So now suddenly a HES calendar appears, and you can rename this if you like. Um, well, take that back. You can't do that when it's an RSS feed because there is somebody in charge of that, and that's what it's going to be called. Now, for this particular case, HES stands for Highland Elementary School Calendar. And if you want to view it, then you would want it check marked. Now, if you took notice, when I uncheck it, things go away. We are in September here, and it made it a different color. You can adjust the color that you might want it to be by clicking on the three dots on the side and say I selected red. Oh, I unchecked it here. So now everything that's in the calendar will be coming up in red. Now, I didn't load more than September in here, but as you can see, this red dot here is a PTA meeting. And if you come a little bit further, move my big head around here, and then you have picture retakes and whatnot. So these other green dates is because I have holidays in the United States selected. If I go and I click that, then I can remove it. Now, the reason why you would want to go and do it in this manner instead of syncing it with your direct calendar is because you can just simply uncheck it, or you can delete it when you want to go and or hide it from the list even. But if you want to delete it, then you would have to come in the settings and then scroll all the way down, and you can unsubscribe. So if it doesn't pertain to you anymore, then you can just go and get rid of it. But if you do come in settings, it's got a couple nice features in here because you can add notifications to be sent to you. So if there's any new events that get added to the calendar, you can come over here and select that you want to get an email for any new events to stay up to date and whatnot. If anything's changed, you can come over here, get another notification. So I would definitely add some of this stuff to my calendar just so that way I can keep track of what is going on with my kid's school district. Or even, like I said, just the other night, I ended up going and getting my Scouts calendar for my son that's in Scouts, and they hold all types of events, whether it's for his particular age level or when they combine the different ages all together in order to go and keep up on it. Just for one moment again, let's go on back here. And once again, so with yours, if you are using a digital calendar, then you're going to have your area under here where you're going to have a lot of information. Now, again, I only went to September, so I have a little bit in August with some fake stuff made up. But uh, whenever you want to screen out, you just simply uncheck it. If you were to go and add everything to your calendar, if you wanted to remove something, you would have to remove it, each individual item. And that is the fatal flaw that many people go and make right away. So I strongly suggest going and doing it in this manner. So I'm going to pause the video here, and then I'm going to take you on how to go about utilizing AI in order to synchronize this. But first and foremost, I'm going to delete this from my screen, and I'm going to let each of you go and see that. So I'm going to remove that, come here back to my settings, and now you'll see that it's no longer there. So when I go and add this again, using AI or another form of a doc, then uh, it won't conflict. Okay, everybody, I'm back here. I just wanted to jump to this screen, make sure that I don't forget about this step. But for this particular school district, I am showing that they offer a digital download for a printable calendar for you. Now, obviously, you can certainly go and print it. That's the more traditional way, and some people prefer to go and do that. But if you go and click on this link here, it opens up a PDF file. And then you're going to have an option to download. In this scenario, you're going to come over here to this little icon with an arrow pointing down. It says download this file. When you click on it, it's going to open up your download folder. usually, unless you have another setting set up. Now, I already downloaded it, so I'm not going to download it again for the sake of the video, um, but you would click Save. And when you're saved up, then it's going to bring you back to this window. Now, as I mentioned, I'm going to show you how to go about being able to still sync this utilizing AI. And I've already gone and done this, but I'm going to go through it step by step for the video time's sake. And my initial action was I uploaded that file that I just downloaded as a PDF. In order to go and do that, if you're going to use this LLM known as ChatGPT, then you're going to come over here and click this plus symbol in the middle, and you're going to click Add Photos and Files. When you select that, then you're going to go to the downloaded file that you just had for the PDF, and you would select it and click Open. Again, I did this already up at the top of the screen here, so that way, it's completed. Once it's uploaded, you need to provide a prompt. I requested that it extract the information from this file that contains a calendar that I plan to sync with Google Calendars. Once I did that, it stated back, I extracted the full set of key dates and details from your Highland Central School District 2025 adopted calendar. Here's the clean breakdown, and you can later turn it into a Google Calendar ICS for syncing. Now, it breaks down all the dates so that way you can take a look at it and stuff. But if there's any errors or mistakes, then you might have to have it correct that, and you can prompt it to go and do so. If it fails to go and do that, then there are other steps and measures that you can take, but I'm going to just make this a little bit shorter, just so that way I don't use up a whole bunch of people's time. So anyway, once I double check all the information that is provided, then it even asked me, do you want me to convert this into a ready to import .ics calendar file so you can sync it directly with Google Calendar? You can also make it into a .ical calendar, which is another format that is acceptable for Google Calendar. Now, I selected yes, and it put some thought into it. It took about roughly 22 seconds and analyzed. It stated all set. I built a ready to import iCal file with every date from the district calendar: holidays, conference days, half days, regions, breaks, first and last days. I would click this link and I download it, which I've already gone and done. And then you're going to import it into the Google Calendar. And it gives you the steps that you can go and take, but I'm visually going to show you this inside of this video. So let's come back over here to the calendar. And again, on your home screen, just as I stated before, you have to be logged into your Google account on a desktop or on a laptop. I'm currently on a laptop. And you would need to select the 9 dots and go to calendar. It's going to bring you up into this screen here. And like I had before, if I check mark under Rob, let's see here, it's not going to go and work for me. Okay. Okay, well, I'm not 100% sure why it doesn't want a check mark there, but the way that we're going to import this calendar is we're going to hit the plus symbol. And now this is an important step in my opinion, because a lot of people will just go and sync it with their regular calendar that they've already got configured through their Google account. I recommend to not go and do that, and to create a secondary calendar, or if you have multiple calendars, then it's just an additional calendar to that mix. But the first thing that you need to go and do is to create a new calendar. And previously it was termed as HES calendar. So I'll call it the same thing. You can add a description if you like, and you create it. So now that's added over here. We're going to get out of settings, okay? And now we have to import that file that ChatGPT. You're going to come down to other calendars, go to the plus symbol, select import. You're going to select a file. Now, this is the file that ChatGPT made. It's the latest one. You cannot do the PDF file. I want to add it to a calendar. So instead of it being Rob or whatever your generic calendar is under Google Calendar, I'm going to go to the one that I did create, HES Calendar, and select Import. Imported 29 out of 29 events. And I'm going to come out of settings. And as you can see, it has now synced these all in there. Not quite sure why that went away. Here, now it let me select that. There might be a slight delay. In the meantime, I will show you that you can change the colors. So depending on whatever day that you wanted, and if you want it shown, then you just want to make sure that it's check marked, whether you're in your Google Calendar app or if you're on your desktop or whatever device that you're on. It will sync across the board. So if you leave it check marked here, it'll stay check marked. If you uncheck it, then it will become uncheck marked as well. I'm still waiting to see how come my other days here did not come into play. I think I might have erased them while I had you on pause because I was fiddling around a little bit. And worst case scenario, I might as well just show you the added step here. So if I come over to other calendars and I click import, I'll show you how I did my fake one. And I had a fake one made here. I'll go to open. I'll put it onto Rob. I'll import. There's 189 events because I did August and September. So now it's all back in there again. But that is one of the advantages, that you can just simply filter out what is going on. So that way it doesn't create a distraction if you don't want it to. It will not sync with the RSS feed if you do it this way. That is the number one flaw with going and either capturing it via a picture of the document live in person, and then uploading it to a large language model like ChatGPT. You're still going to have it extracting information. Sometimes it's not as accurate as a digital file like I just did. It's a lot more difficult to go and show you in this video, taking the actual picture with my cell phone and then transferring the file, so on and so forth. So I don't really need to go and do that. It's literally the same concept. You're still going to prompt it the same way. You're still going to extract the file, and then you're going to have it request it to make it into a format so that way you can sync it with your Google Calendar or your Apple Calendar. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Take care.